How's it going, guys? We're here to check out the skin picks for this week, and it is a huge list because it also includes all the skins that weren't summer themed from last week. So this is technically almost 2 weeks worth of works from people. That means some artists may have extra skins, like 1 or 2, when they shouldn't have, because you know my general rule is keeping to 1 per or 1 set per artist per week. So this week it's going to be broken just because I don't want certain things that were mistakenly put last week out that just haven't been shown yet, or there's even some older items I haven't been able to show just because of themes and so forth. So yeah, we're going to be doing that. So let's jump straight into it. We've got a burlap and beanie set for you right here. This thing is crazy looking. It is the Eviscerator set. And if you look, this beanie used to be somebody's face. So yeah, definitely made out of human skin. Very, very creepy. Definitely something that fits into the creepiness of Rust. So could definitely see this one doing well. Next up, we've got some desert camo for you, brought to us by Fi. And this is the Desert Storm set. Now, maybe the storm part should be changed just because, you know, that was a real war and some people might get offended there. But hey, who knows? One way or another, it's very dirty and grimy looking, and it's got that nice kind of deserty camo look, but it's worn and torn like it belongs in Rust. Continuing the Garage Master set, we now have matching gloves with racing flag on it there. You got your little finish line gloves. And then down here with the boots, I'm not sure what's entirely going on. We kind of got like leather with some stripes, and then you've got some gears going on. But yeah, there we go. We've got a continuation in that set. Next up, we've got the road sign for the Dark Souls set. Or Dead Souls, sorry. Dead Souls set from Lisa. And we've already got high qual, so it's definitely a very beautiful set. I really like the shoulders on this one. I think that actually the road sign chest is done really, really well. And then once you get up to the skull part is cool as well. It's a little bit different. It just kind of gives you the bottom jaw, which is a little bit different from the usual, for sure. Take a little look at the kilt. And there you have it. Next, we've got another continuation in the Crash Test Dummy set. We've got a kilt. It's all scratched up and messed up and fits perfectly with the existing set. So hopefully this is something we get in to finish that off, so we at least have a kilt to match it. And our last high qual set is from Johnny, and it is a continuation of the Elite Force camo set with a high qual chest piece and face mask. So you'll see it says Elite right on the front, and again on the back, very plate carrier, but a little bit of the brighter colors. You can see up here, lots of little details on the face mask itself. I actually like the broken, shattered glass effect. I think that is very, very cool and quite unique. Alrighty, let's jump into deployables because we've got quite a few. So over here we've got a very brightly colored snow camo bag. And the thing is, it may look bright here, but it blends into the snow quite well. This is the Winter Scout bag Igor, and is definitely a cool one for sure. Everyone seems to be going for the camo stuff lately. Next, we've got a very cool looking glowy box. This is the Glacial Visage box by Trix. Definitely has some very cool looks to it. It really shines at night, so that's where we'll be sure to show it, of course. Over here, we've got a continuation with the Rivet set. So we got the riveted door last week. Maybe the box will make it in this time. It's got all the same kind of summer fun going on, and it is definitely a cool little box for sure. Then over here, we've got a continuation with everyone's favorite little box. We've now got the large stickered sick car. So it's got its little headlights going on, and you've got the driver here. It looks like he's got quite a few kills. Again, the tires are lifted up, which I think is a really cool effect. And then back here, it looks like he is transporting some military crates, go fast or die, fuel, and you've got the taillights here. So definitely a very, very cool little box for sure. Moving on, we've got 2 furnaces for you. This one right here is a pretty little furnace that actually lights up its beautiful flowers. And yeah, I think that is a quite neat little effect. This is the Rebirth furnace. Then we've got another kind of plant-themed furnace for you. This doesn't have any special emission of any sort, but is the cave furnace, and it is just very beautifully detailed. Look at this. Isn't that just great? Bam. Beautiful. Next, we've got a cute little refrigerator for you from Call Me Tommy. It is the Lighthouse Fridge, and it is made to look like a lighthouse. Definitely a cool little idea for a fridge. Then over here, we've got a bear rug for you. It is the Stoned Fox rug, and I think the stone part is because his face, but they may have to change that name if it gets accepted. But definitely a cool little idea. I like how the fox fits over the bear. And I think that's really creatively done. Definitely a cool idea for sure. Then over here we've got a race finish line flag for you. This is the finish line rug by Diva Dan. And there's two versions. This is the clean. There's also a muddy version, which I included in the list. Down in the description below, of course. And yeah, definitely something that would fit great. I can see people making finish lines with these rugs and doing some races. Next, we've got Doors, Doors, and Doors, starting with this beautiful wooden door with the summer theme to it. It is the Beach Bar door by Milo, and it's got, let's see, Bandit Cap, Airfield, Junkyard, Open, Bar. Then on this side, you've got some cool little designs as well, little life preserver. Of course, there is some glow to it, which we will show here shortly at night. Next, we've got another door. It has three variations. This is a Cult Metal door by Barno. This is one of the versions. I believe this is the Inferno version here. And yeah, for those who are really into the whole demon thing, this is definitely right up their alleys. Next, we've got a bush. Moving on, we've got the Polar Bear door. This one was really cool by El Loco last week, but it wasn't really summer themed, so we're seeing it this week. We got some barbed wire and a bear, and where the bear should be is a beautifully drawn Arctic landscape. I think it's a very, very nice door for sure. Next over here, we got something that kind of looks reminiscent of Borderlands to me. This is the Morexo Scientific Excavations door. That Scientific Excavations really, really, really makes me think of Borderlands. Now, the door looks almost like it's made out of stone. It's just very unique, and definitely thought this is worth showing off for sure because of that. Over here, we've got something that kind of looks like it just belongs in a different game entirely, but I really like the look of it. This is the Crystal Titan door, brought to us by El Loco, and yeah, so he's got his two doors here. I definitely think this one is probably least likely to get into rust, but it's definitely unique, and I wanted to show it off to you guys for sure. Next, we've got kind of a simple but very nicely designed door here. This is the Smoother Python. And I mean, it means that literally. There's a nice smooth python on here. And I just like the kind of simplicity of it. It's definitely a nice looking door for sure. Over here, we've got another door. This is the Soul Reaver door by Desky. And it's got a different skull kind of. It has like wooden spikes, or are those maybe 5.56 bullets? I think those are 5.56 bullets glued to his head. And some more bullets around the edges and so forth. Definitely something that would fit into Rust, more the Mad Raider kind of fit idea. Then, continuing in the Wealthy Farmer set, we've now got the Wealthy Farmer Hemp door to go along with the pumpkin door. And I think it's definitely a very nice design and very regal looking. And hey, everyone can mark their grow houses with it, right? Lastly, we have a double sheet metal door for you. This one is designed to look like a ye old house of yore. No, and it's been made to have more of a little apocalyptic style, so it looks like it has, you know, the windows barred off and so forth. Definitely a cool little creation, for sure. All right, let's take a look at the glow. So as I said, this one really does shine at night. I think you see what I mean now. Then, of course, we've got the lights on the car for this box, which is very creative. There are those flowers I told you about, and if you look, there's actually little glowy mushrooms all over this at night. So it's not a mission, but actual little glow. Lighthouse, of course, looks like a big old bright lighthouse all the way around. Then let's run on down here to our doors. There's that beautiful wooden door from the front. And of course, since it has a different back, we'll go check that out. Very well done. We've got the glow on this guy right here. And if we run all the way down here, you'll see that should be it. Yeah, that does it. So those are our glowing items, guys. Alright, let's get into the tools and weapons. First off, we've got a shiny little rock for you. This is the mystical rock brought to us by Moonfighter. And yeah, it just kind of looks like a big old chunk of purpley blue goodness that you could bash some skulls in. Next, we've got another rock for you. This is the malachite rock brought to us by Legacy. And as you can see, it, well, I guess it's made to look like malachite. It's quite shiny. And yeah, there you go. Next, we've got an Oyster for you. There's several different versions of it. I included 2 down in the list, of course, but I really like this one the most. And yeah, I think this is a really nice rock, probably the best one this week. Touching the actual like skin of the oyster part, I know it's a rock, but it honestly looks like an oyster, and it kind of gives me the willies. So if that worked, then it definitely was a really good job done. Moving on, we've got a knife for you. This one was missed a little bit, so we've come back to it. And this is a continuation with the whole knight camo. This is Algorithm's Ops knife. The Ops set has been pretty popular alongside the Blackout set, so I can see this knife doing quite well. Next, we've got a bow for you. This one has kind of a little tribal-y, wintry kind of look to it. It is the Hunter Bow, Tribe Hunting Bow by White. Go ahead and aim down the sights there. Do a little spin for you. All right. Moving on, we've got a crossbow. This one is from Little Ranger. This is called the Battle Hardened crossbow. Aiming down. Go ahead and reload there. Boom. And aim down the sights. You can see there's kind of like a star going on, some red stripes. And right here you can see we've got like that shark teeth thing going on. Definitely a cool little crossbow. Next, we've got an Ioka for you right here. Check that out. This is the vintage Ioka by Jin, and yeah, it's got this nice little fancy look. It almost looks like it's made out of emerald or something. Very shiny. There's like a little face on the grip. Definitely a cool looking Ioka for sure. Moving on, we've got a python for you. This one is the Tracker Python by Anathan. Aiming down the sights, you can see there's like a little bit of a turquoise and then the nice carved metal. It's definitely a more simple look, but it definitely fits nicely into a game like Rust. Next, we've got a couple MP5s for you, starting with this one right here. It's part of the Team Awesome racing set from Bad Trip. Aiming down the sights, you've got a red painted but not glowing sight. And on the sides of it, you've got like tire rubber grips, and the whole thing's done up with a nice racing theme. Go ahead and pop a reload. And there we have it. Then we've got something a little more on the tropical side for you. This thing looks like a straight up Hawaiian shirt. This is the Palm Leaves MP5 by Necro Vacuum. Aiming down the sides, you've got a mix of kind of like the rainbowish colors, but the real thing is just check out the side here. I mean, it literally looks like this MP5 is made out of a Hawaiian shirt. It's very cool. Next, we've got an AK that I've been sitting on for a while. It is the Camouflage AK. Finally, we were able to slip this guy into a video. I think you're all very familiar with the set. There's a stockless and stocked version. I really like the little cow face on the front of it. I think that's adorable. Get a little bit of aiming down the sights. We'll do a reload. And there you have it. Next, we've got another AK for you. This one is made after a special metal, I guess, called Spooderman. I don't know if that's really a real thing. It kind of sounds like the meme. One way or another, this thing is crazy looking. Definitely love the design. Aiming down the sights, it's kind of hard to tell what that is. It's a little bit blurry, so that might need a little bit of work. But definitely a very unique looking AK. Alright, I told you we had AKs, and next we've got this bling bling AK. It is the Iced Out AK by Levinate. Aiming down the sights, you've got some gems going on, and then just diamonds, diamonds, diamonds with a little bit of Egyptian theme going on as well. So, very cool, for sure. Aiming down the sights, do a little spin, pop a reload. Alright. Got another one here. This one is brought to us by Eben. This is the Champion AK, and it has a bit of that kind of like cel-shaded look. Definitely a unique AK. It's got this little lion staring back at you. Pop a little reload there. And there we go. Moving on, another AK. I told you, lots of AKs today. This is the Spectre AK by Zific. Aiming down the sides, you've got this like diamond going on and some kind of like deep blue tips there. You can see. Go ahead and pop a reload. Definitely has a very clean look to it for sure. Also, I kind of like it. If you look, it kind of like picks up colors on the front. Like it's kind of picking up the green from the grass, then the blue from the sky. That's kind of neat, a little reflection. Next, we've got a fiery kind of AK. It has this little industrial look. Looks very worn and torn. Aiming down the sights, you've got kind of like a little pegboard kind of look to it. Red painted sight. You got those flames on the side. And it definitely looks like it used to be a very clean AK, but it's been used so much that it's definitely seen some wear and tear. Oops, we already saw that one. Next, we've got a very tropical AK for you. And this is literally called the Tropical Rider by Sensei, sorry. Aiming down the sides, you've got a little life preserver. Then on the side, you've got another one with a little boss drawn. And you got some tropical little palm trees there on the clip. Definitely a cool little look for sure. Very tropical AK to go along with the recent DLC. Lastly, for this set, we've got a bolty for you. This one is made with some forest camo. I think Red Rex did a very good job on it. Aiming down the sight, you've got a target reticle. It definitely has that more kind of like military-esque look to it. Very nice. I love the kind of hunting rifle vibe for sure. We'll go ahead and pop a little reload there. Alright, and lastly, let's jump into the LRs, starting with the Blackout LR. Definitely a very popular set that continues along exactly what you would expect it to be, with the grays and blacks to match the camo. Aiming down the sights, you've got some very brightly red colored sights, but again, not glowing. We'll pop a reload for you there. Definitely very solid skin. I would see selling quite well. Next, we've got a continuation in the tactical set with the Tactical LR. It's everything you would expect from there. It's very clean, and it's the dark blacks and grays with the red highlights. Aim down the sights here, you've again got some red going on. Definitely a very nice, clean, additional LR. Then we've got a nice racing one here. It says Racer on the side. It's definitely more kind of like spray painted looked. You got a little bit of blue going on in the sights. And yeah, it's got this happy little kitty right above where you pop the mag in. Aiming down the sight, there's also that big old R for race. Definitely a cool looking LR. And last but not least, we've got an M249 for you. This thing is all crazy and green. This is the Hades Blaze M249. So you've got that little green sight at the tip. Even the belt is painted green, and it's just altogether something that is very cool looking. Check that out. Boom. Gotta love this M249. But that's gonna do it, guys. So sound off down in the comment section below which ones you like the most and hope to see get in this week. Thanks for watching, and we will see you on Thursday to show you which ones have made it in. I hope you all have a great week, and see you next time.